Hi everyone, my name is Qian and my group member will become Foong. We are from Diploma in Information Technology, Year 2, Sem 3, Group 2, and we are going to present the AACS2034 Fundamentals of Computer Networks assignment.
We hired excellent engineer by Fusion's innovative Berhad to design and set up local area networks for the company with buildings in different locations by using the Cisco Packet Tracer, which is a network simulation tool. The company has been split into 4 locations, which is location A, B, C, and D. First, the location A consists of 3 departments, which is Management Department, located on the 2nd floor, Administrative Department, located on the 1st floor, and Marketing Department that is located on the ground floor. Then is location B, which is 30 meters far away from location A, and have Research and Development Department. Next is location C, which is 1 kilometer far away from location A, and have Manufacturing Department. Lastly is location D, which is 100 meters far away from location C and have living quarters. As you can see in the table, this is the host required in each department after the 20% growth. As you can see, this is a subnet table, which includes the subnet description, number of hosts needed, network address, first usable host address, last usable host address, broadcast address, and subnet mask. We propose the 172.30.0.0 with a prefix of 16 from class B as our private IP address. These are the calculations for each subnet, and the number of address needed for 20% growth in all the areas need to be considered. Some calculations has been made. The total number of address needed for the largest subnet group will be 6,000. After that, the total number of host address will be 2 power of 13 bits equals to 8192. And then the number of usable host address will be 8192 minus 2 will be 8190. Next, the third octet is 8192 divided by 256 equals to 32. Lastly, the subnet mask as 3 bits are borrowed in the host portion, and it will be the 255.255.224.0. Next is a router IP address. For the location A and B, we will send a device to these locations, which is the router named as region 1. And for location C and D, we will send a device to these locations, which is the region 2. For example, for the region 1, we have assigned the interfaces for this is FE0/0, FE0/1, and S2/0. The subnet mask is 255.255.224.0, and the default gateway is not available for these locations. Next is a table about the switch IP address. For example, the location A is in ground floor, and the interface that we have assigned is VLAN1, and the IP address is 173.30.64.2, and the subnet mask is 255.255.224.0, and the default gateway is 172.30.64.1. This is the rest of the devices, which include the server, printer, and PC. For the interface that we have assigned is Fast Internet 0, and the subnet mask is same as a router and switch, which is 255.255.224.0. That's all for my parts, and I will pass to Foong. Thank you.
Let's take a look into this network diagram. So we separate these 4 locations into 2 regions based on their distance, using 2 routers with the serial DCE cable in order to avoid traffic overloading. Yep. And we at least assign 1 server to each of the locations for the organization purpose, and also 1 PC and 1 printer to each of the departments. Alright. For this example, location A, it has the subnet range of this. Therefore, the first usable IP address, we assign it to the router interface. And the second one, you assign it to the switch ports. And for this case, we have 3 departments in 1 location. So in order to make it neat and tidy, so we use 1 switch for each department. using the crossover copper cables. So I'm going to configure this network. So the first thing I'm going to do is to set the hostname of the router. Enter the command enable to enter the privilege mode. So type config T to enter the configuration mode. And type the command hostname to state whenever hostname that you want to change. So for this case, I type region 1. Alright. So the next thing I'm going to do is to set the IP address and the subnet mask to the interface of the router. So type interface internet 0/0, which indicates this port. So we need to type the IP address of this to set the IP address. So IP address 172.30.64.1 with the subnet mask 255.255.224.0. So the next thing is to type the no shutdown to bring up the interface. So the step is same goes to switch, just that if you want to set the IP address and the subnet mask to the switch, you need to add on one IP address, which is the IP default gateway address. So we won't do that here. So we need to set the password to the router and switch in order to enhance the security of our network. So we have a demo router here. Let me just exit. So the first thing we are going to do is to enter the enable terminal and type the privilege mode password, enable secret. So the password we are going to use here is AACS2034 according to the assignment. And let's enter to the line console 0, which is the initial interface that the user will see when they open the CLI. Alright, and type the password Cisco according to the assignment. Login, exit. And another one is the line ETY04, and password login, exit. Yeah, that's the step to set the password to the router and switch. So as you can see, it has already prompted the user to enter the password as I was set just now. So just enter Cisco, enable, and also the password AACS2034. Right. So the next thing is we need to configure the end device. So I'm going to show you that how we configure the end device. So for the PC, just configure it here. So just type in the IP address, subnet mask, and also the default gateway for the PC. Then go to the server, IP configurations, type in the IP address, subnet mask, default gateway. A bit different for the printer, as it just needs the default gateway there, and the interface that you need to type separately here. Alright. The next thing they are going to do is to do the IP routing. So I will use this router 2 to show you the IP routing process. Enable it. So we need to terminal, type the routing address. So the first one is the opposite subnet range. So just now we have choose this one. So the opposite one is this one. So followed by the subnet mask. And also the next hop address. So this one is the router that we configured. So the next hop address is this one. So that's the way how to route the IP in the router. So if we just configure all these things, we need to save all the modification that we have to do. So just need to example. We just need to type the command copy running config style config, but with this syntax and make things easier. So this shows that all the modification we done just now is saved. So if you want to see all the things inside the specific router switches, all you need to do is just like show run. So all the things here we show here. All right, here's my configuration part. I will show you on how to ping the connectivity within the IP address. So let's say I want to ping the printer B from the PCB inside the same network. So just press on the PCB and the command prompt. Right. Just type ping and the IP address of the printer. 172.30.98.1 and press enter. So this means the ping is successful. So what if I want to ping outside the location B network? So let's say I want to ping PCB, which is in the location D. So I will just type ping and also the IP address of the PCB. So 172.30.3.1. And yep, the ping is successful as well. So which means that the connectivity between the inside the network or outside the network is successful.